Alright, as somebody who may have possibly used Quan once in my lifetime, I present to you Quan's Refine. It is Gay Bolg. In combat against infantry, armored, or cav foe, grants attack defense +5 during combat. Wait, wasn't it already attack defense? Yeah, it was already.
That's exactly
It's
as
the
it
base
used to be.
the effect. Additionally, if there's a sword, lance, axe, or cav ally on your team, excluding unit, grants attack defense +5 to unit during combat, grants attack defense +5 to sword, lance, axe, and cav allies within 3 space of unit during combat.
It's essentially a free attack def +10 against not flyers with attack def +5 support.
I get the idea because he came with, you know, drive attack, but
That's a lot of attack defense +5 for genealogy units.
sure.
For reference, your Quan would hit 63 attack, which is just Quan hitting 63 attack raw. With 44 defense at Boon.
He needed
not
more than
bad.
that. He needed more. No,
He
it's
needed follow-up.
he needed something there. He needed something to break the game in a way. Like, yes, follow, absolutely. Nullification and penalties is what I was looking for. He needed something other than just stats on stats on stats. And this isn't even free, chat.
Nope.
You gotta be
I mean,
against infantry, armored, or CAFO, which makes sense, I get it. But, additionally, you need a sword, lance, axe, or cav ally on your team. It's not the hardest thing to do, but that is still a requirement. Wait, straight up, just on your team and he gets the stats. Wow.
Yep.
That's pretty easy.
That part's actually not bad at all.
Okay, but fair enough.
So yeah, when it comes to the monthly tower quests for the cavalry ones, he's going to be a defensive juggernaut, but that's about it.
Yeah. The problem is that Quan's speed makes no sense. Why is it almost being invested in?
Yeah,
And
he
has
comes
no
with
res to speak of.
steady posture, which is 4 speed, 4 defense during combat when attacked, but it's like almost good enough to use, except that's the thing I was confused about. Why would they not commit to this? You either get enough speed to use it, or you don't have enough speed to use it. But considering his base kit, like, I think they considered the drive attack, but they considered the steady posture at all. I think the
that
defense
they really
aspect of it,
considered
but
the-
that's it.
They really just considered his attack and defense, and that's really it.
Basically, any mage will smash him, and anything that can double him, if they aren't targeting his defense anyways, will smash him.
Mm-hmm. On the other hand, if he does follow up, that attack is not funny to deal with.
Okay, well, honestly, if you were serious about Quan, which I don't think... Apparently nobody is, because nobody has one to show off. Guys, you're making me show off my Quan. And I'm the guy who killed off 2 Quans already for Rally Speed Defense Plus.
6.5 hours later.
Oh my god, Kuchulian is here! What? Is
Alright,
that
let's
actually a
see.
Quan? I'm sorry, this doesn't work. No! This doesn't work. No.
I mean, it sort of almost works, but doesn't at the same time.
Yeah, if you're between 70 and 80%, I think it works. But that's such a minute number, man.
Okay, so it's a very small range, but I suppose Quick Riposte works for making sure that he actually gets a kill and then gets into brazen range.
And then hopefully he can one-shot his opponents. I think that's really pushing it.
I mean, when you're stacking 24 attack and defense,
They better be red.
yeah.
They better be red. All right, well, I don't think that quite works. If you're between 70 and 80%, then yes, that's where this shines the most. But that's unrealistic. So more, because to put it in perspective, that's like 6 HP. But with Gay Bolg and Brazen Attack Defense and Brazen Attack Defense, a total of 24 extra attack and 24 extra defenses is capable once you're in Brazen range. At 79 attack, though, I don't think that really one-shot stuff, though. So it's really pushing it, but okay. That's an idea, but I wouldn't suggest that. All right, whatever. It's okay. Our first guy is Quan, and he... I'm sorry, that's not a great refine.
It's unfortunate that Gable is actually worse than Divine Tier Fiend.
40 plus 1, plus res. 43 HP, 46 attack, 40 speed, 29 defense, 29 res. I believe that's a super boon because I think she has 25 res otherwise.
That is a super boon, yes.
Yeah.
But ultimately, it doesn't matter because that's under 30 on both at plus 1. That's rough. Alright. Barrel Lance. Gotta refine. At start
And you
combat,
should see
oh,
what it
and
is.
exists now. Oh my goodness! You can't even miss it. It literally says
Nope.
Canto.
Yep, it's already plain in sight. Plain in sight.
The funny thing about it, though, is that Canto didn't exist in Awakening.
Yeah, it doesn't.
It didn't. Making this even weirder.
I'll talk about it in a moment. But at start combat, if foe's HP is over 75%, grants attack speed, defense, res +4 to unit during combat.
It's not bad.
That's easy. That's way better than what she had because at start of combat, it's no longer about, hey, Sumia, get hit for 6 extra attack. No,
Get
that's
attacked and you'll get 6 attack and I guess 6 def res too.
yeah. It didn't make sense back in the day, chat. So reprisal lance, they kind of put it in the game.
Yeah. For the time of her release, her kit wasn't terrible.
It wasn't. Attack def link, close defense, reprisal lance, it's what now? 12 attack and 12 defense?
I know where you're going with this. I know. But the idea was just like it was a lot of setup. It was a lot more peculiar. The reality was people like looked at that stat spread and were like, we want to use her offensively. And IS was like, no, this is meant to be used defensively. And then nobody used her.
Yep. And then she fell off because now there are better stat-wise units.
And it was sad because Sumia is a fairly popular character. Like people were awaiting her to come to this game, and that was definitely not what we were thinking. It was just like I just wanted to be different and try something different for Flyers and Lancers, and unfortunately, it ended up being Sumia. But now they are righting that wrong because that's actually really good. Attack speed, defense, res +4. Very easy condition, 75% HP on your foe. That's additional 16 stats, which helps catch her up in terms of BST. Well, it's not actually part of BST, but in terms of stat totals anyways. Anyways, the important thing, Canto 2. Canto 2.
Yep.
Ah.
So it's 2 spaces after her action.
Ah, that's true because Regan has Canto 3, which is 3 spaces. Ah.
And there is a major distinction between Sumia and Regan.
What? That she's flying?
Well, other than that,
Okay. What?
there are no limitations for the turns in which Sumia can use Canto.
Ah.
Correct. You can use that on any turn, as opposed to 1 through 5.
Ah, right. Okay.
4, actually.
4. My bad.
Okay. Additionally, if an ally's HP is under 180%, unit can move to a space adjacent to that ally. Wait.
Wings of Mercy, but better.
Wait. That's crazy.
It's like Wings of Mercy.
Wings of Mercy, for those forgot, is 50% HP, so 30% increase on conditioning. Well,
Literally,
lessening on conditioning. Yep.
1 Fury chip would put that into Wings of Mercy range for this.
Wow. If unit initiates combat or is within 2 spaces of an ally, grants attack speed +5 to unit during combat. Wait a second. This is really feeling like Howinoe. Not exactly. To be clear, Howinoe is an even better mover than Sumia, but her ability to have cancel to retreat and her ability to teleport to an ally pretty easily because it's just 80% HP for additional attack speed +5, and just has to be within 2 spaces of them.
Yep.
Wow. Like,
So now she gets 9 attack speed, which, keep in mind, she already comes with 39, so that's 48 speed with Canto every turn on a super buffed Wings of Mercy.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Because 80% is... We already said that.
that was already said. All right.
Yeah. The only thing that holds Sumia back from working very well on a Gale Force team is the lack of a slaying effect, but that can be mitigated through other means.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure if she needs to do that because now she's really interesting. But yeah, if she could teleport into a battle like very easily with Gale Force, you're right. There's a lot of promise there. And of course her ability to retreat, that really makes things interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. As a note, if you have Tempest on her, that doesn't allow her to move 3 spaces after doing an action.
Yeah, it's based on Canto.
I just got paid. Might as well share
Oh,
it with
wow.
a QA guy.
Rape is B. Thank you so much for the $10 donation. Thank you. I appreciate it, man. And welcome to the stream. All right, so really quickly, in terms of this build, unfortunately, this doesn't really make sense anymore. Does it work? Yes. Flower Lance absolutely can be used defensively. Close defense, defensive. Guard, defensive. Tack smoke, defensive. Brazen defense res, absolutely defensive. But I think she should be an offensive build now. She's Which is
Yeah.
unfortunate for a lot of Sumia players because they're just like, they probably built her defensively just because that was the vision for Sumia by IS. But now, an offensive build's where she shines the most. Yep.
There's another very strong team composition for Sumia, and that's just fireballs.
What?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I mean, if you really want to, this is literally perfect for Air Force. I'll just say that.
Oh
Or
yeah,
Ninja Force, rather. Ninja Force.
There are.
yeah, because Fury Chip.
Yep. You go in with Linja, you get 2 actions. You go in with Sumia, you get 2 actions. 3 actions with a Gale Force proc.
Yeah.
And then, of course, you can just Canto to break away structures in Light Season now instead of having to use Regan.
Oh god, if you put Sumia on Light Season with dual Lin for a Gale Force Lin Force setup, it's actually super easy to just pin an opponent against the corner, especially any ranged opponent.
And then you run
Because
Dagger.
Canto is just that big of a deal.
And then you run Dagger, and you basically now have a Regan.
Okay.
in all
I'm
of
very
the
curious, how does Dagger interact with Canto?
You should still be able to get the extra space through Pathfinder.
Because the way the game works is like every time you move, it does move -1. It's a cost.
Mhm.
Let's just say move tokens left. You can continue to move. So by
Yep.
making it 0 cost, that's a free movement space. So yeah,
That is
that's
so
actually really
dumb.
interesting.
Yeah, you can literally just get a free couple structure breaks, get some Wings of Mercy kills. There is an extreme amount of potential for Sumia, especially in Light Season.
Oh yeah. Oh, this is disgusting.
So she's really like, I'm actually really ecstatic about her. I'm gonna build my Sumia up after this. But yeah,
And
it's
Legion
probably gonna be a
just
lot more
disappeared.
standard of a build because I'm just gonna build her offensively now, which is great, which is what I was looking forward to. Now, really quickly, Greed thought there was a chance to be Savior, just basing on off of like what happened in the game.
And guess what? I can build the
Yeah.
team poggers.
Yeah, so that didn't happen. But you know what? The thing is, I could see Savior because of story reasons. However, in no world was I gonna see Canto. If he told me Canto was an option, I would not have believed him.
That actually salvages Sumia completely. And again, her speed is actually good. So her potential is extreme.
Yep. What my point was is just like, this is more like the kind of build you're looking for now, much more offensive in nature, which is funny because obviously he couldn't refine Flowerlance, but yeah, something like XP push and speed defense range. What the?
Mhm.
Most people's speed defense range nowadays are from Lin. This is somebody else's speed defense. Did you kill Jill? Oh man. Oh, whatever. Anyways. You guys crack me up in the worst of ways. Anyways, but yeah, it would be a more offensive build like this. I'm not so sure about hit and run, but a much more offensive build like this. By the way, if hit and run, you would hit and run and then Canto. So your
Yep.
movement is incredible. Like it'd just be 3 movement again.
Yep, exactly. That's what's gonna make it interesting. You basically be Regan.
Yep. No yet. Lad from Afar, Morgan, 40 plus 10 plus 15. This is a really good one. 44 HP, 54 attack, 44 speed, 30 defense, 33 res. Now, I know people think like Morgan doesn't offer much defensively nowadays, but once upon a time, these stats were pretty good defensively. Like straight up. It's just nowadays, hero stats have gotten so high that 30 defense, 33 res at like plus 10, 15. It's nothing. All right, with that said, Grima's Truth grants defense plus 3 still. Yep. At start turn, inflicts attack speed res minus 5 on nearest foes. Wow. Within 4 spaces through the next actions and grants attack speed res plus 5 to unit for 1 turn.
A lot better than what it was
That's
before.
insane. Because before you had to attack, and now it's just straight up, you don't even have to fight. It's just there.
Just a straight up attack speed res penalty, and then literally, I don't even think you have to have an enemy within 4 spaces to get the buff. You might, but I mean that doesn't really matter. You're just getting free buffs.
Yeah. Wow. Seriously, chat. Wow. I'm so surprised by that. Just free
Wait,
buffs.
there's more.
Huh?
But wait, there's more.
But wait, there's more. At start combat, if unit's HP is over 25%, inflicts penalty on foes' attack speed, defense res during combat equals 4 plus any current penalty on each of those stats. I knew it! We all guessed
Hey,
this.
that looks familiar.
That looks so... Yeah, because we guessed this.
But wait, that's actually even better than what was guessed because
It's all
grid
stats.
and yeah, this is
It's
all
literally
stats.
Pledgian Katarina's weapon, but less stats, but an easier condition. With
Yeah, it's
penalties
just
built
a
in.
greater than 25% instead of solo.
No slang, but you get to self-generate buffs and penalties.
But isn't that just 4 stats at minimum?
Mm-hmm.
That's-
-4 to all stats as long. So he basically is getting a Spectrum +4 plus a Spectrum +5 debuff from the foes, and then +5 attack speed res to himself.
Oh, that is a nasty stat swing he's generating.
Yeah.
Hold on a second here. So he's effectively getting attack speed def res +10 from his penalties, then +4, so 14 to all stats through his own penalties, and then gives himself attack speed res +5.
This is way better than what we even projected, because I thought it would just be
Holy
attack and res.
crap. Hold on. So that would put him up to a whopping, what now? Am I reading this right? It would effectively mean he has 63 speed in this case.
So, no lie, Morgan is a hell of a bruiser now.
Yeah.
Morgan actually looks way too good to be true. Why is he this good?
The fact of the matter is, I didn't think it would be triple stats. I thought it'd be 2 stats. I thought triple would be too much. He's essentially like the definition, like the expectation that we have for Plegian weapons.
Mm-hmm.
It's insane.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised. Why is Morgan this good?
Yeah. So
Because reasons.
if anybody feels bad for missing out on Plegian heroes, don't be. Just make a Morgan, because he's apparently. Which, by the way, don't you feel bad
It
for
makes
female Morgan?
sense.
Female Morgan, +4 to all stats, and then a worse version of Joint Drive attack speed from Seteth.
Yep. Wow. Wow. She got released early, and we were like, oh, poor male Morgan. Will he even get us refined? Wow, the better hero
And
now.
we're looking at it, it's like, oh my god, female
Oh,
Morgan
poor female
got
Morgan.
screwed.
Yeah.
Oh, poor female Morgan. Why did they wait so long?
Yep. So, really, chat, this is, well, say hello to one of your best free-to-play Red Mages. And I'm sorry, like...
arguably the best, at least as of, you know, what we had before.
That's what I'm going to say as well. Yes, Narissa, I'm aware. Yeah?
Completely unironically, Morgan might be one of the best 3 and 4-star red units in the entire pool now.
So glad I kept all those Morgan manuals.
Actually a good contender for Red Dual Infantry.
Yep. Okay, really quickly. Now, I know before we've said quickly that heroes need more than just stats. Okay,
But this is a lot of stats.
that is true.
This is a lot of stats.
But when we said that, we really meant like, hey, if they give like 7 to 8 stats, it's not changing anything. The reality here is like the swing can go up to like what, 18 stats? Something incredible. Like at that point, okay, then we take it back. Then yeah,
It's
sure,
7
just stats, fine.
7, 14, 18,
there is
like 23 with a 7
There's
penalty.
one thing that's gonna hold Morgan back though.
What?
What's that?
There's
Neutralized
nothing.
penalties.
There's nothing that it has for generating penalties post combat.
That's fine.
Grima's
Yeah.
Truth loses that effect.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That's
It does
that
have
just
a consolation effect.
no, that just pushes you to use your own smokes. So panic smoke, I don't think is the best thing anymore, which I get. Like if they're buffed up, this is pretty good, but they're not.
Well,
Yeah.
If you're gonna
Fine.
use him in arena, Panic Smoke is amazing.
Okay, sure, because everyone's running dual rallies. I get it, but I'm saying for consistency reasons, your own smokes are probably better off.
Yeah, it really depends on where he's being used.
Yeah.
But Panic Smoke works just fine.
Oh,
Red Smoke or Attack Smoke also.
also I want to say quickly, don't bother for Mirandas anymore, your Knolls, and your soon-to-be Urk, because there's no point. I'm sorry, Morgan's just gonna be better.
Morgan
We'll see.
is straight up better than the newest red mages in the game.
Yeah.
In the pool.
The new free-to-play Red Mage just got nothing on him. Just that refine is
Well,
too
no-
good.
Well, don't assume anything for Urk. We'll get to him later.
We'll get to him later. All right, but real quick, guys, just to
Okay.
put things in perspective, because he can drop, if foe has a -7 penalty on an attack, aka if you just use attack smoke or something like that.
Wait, hold on though.
What?
So even if there are no penalties at all,
Yeah.
this is still basically a Fox Tome.
Yeah, because
On
it's
either-
4.
on both phases.
Right, yeah.
Unconditional Fox Tome in both phases.
Yeah, because it's
basically.
4 plus any current. That's why I'm saying it's better. What's the point? Everyone just runs Fox Tome anyways. But he has a better Fox Tome, which, by the way, because it's a perf, not only does it score better, not only does it have defense +3, but it has more might.
Mhm.
It's so ridiculous. Like, why? How?
again, how did we get to this point?
Grima's truth is the
This
truth.
is crazy.
And I'm just gonna say right now, it's not this month, and I was gonna say like, haha, poor man Morgan's gonna get screwed because Valadar is gonna come in this month, and he's just gonna take it. I'm still gonna say that when Valadar from Awakening eventually makes it to Heroes, he might steal this Refine.
Mm-hmm.
So be wary of that because he'll be a modern Red Mage with Grima's Truth potentially.
Yeah, the stats Valadar would definitely have an advantage there if that does come to pass.
Okay, but it's not about that person right now because it's about Morgan.
Nope.
And real quick,
I'm,
yeah.
I'm just saying, if it ever happens,
Okay. Well, the
Like,
thing is,
I've wanted a reason to use Morgan for a good while. This
everybody
is it.
does.
well, I'm glad I kept my Morgan because I was just like, just in case he gets a good refine, I'll keep this plus speed one. And yeah, I'm gonna build up Morgan now too. In terms of free-to-play red mages, I really think it's like Morgan by far the best. And then I think
Nobody
Tharja's still
beats
there.
it.
But yeah, it's a small pool of heroes.
Mm-hmm. For a straight-up combat unit, say what you will about the gimmicky support ones, Iago, Veld, Solon.
Yeah, in terms of combat, that's true. Okay. Really quickly, as I've been trying to say, close foil. With Grima's Truth and close foil, depending on if the penalties you generate, it could go up to 18, minus 18 attack on them. And with close foil, adding 5 defense, that's legitimate, because you're over 50 defense at that point.
Plus
Especially
the
with
lull.
lull attacks, yeah.
Yep.
So you're like 50, 55, 56 defense at that point. Yeah,
Yeah.
That's
Watch out
ridiculous.
Yeah. Watch out for panic effects against Morgan though, because his tome does buff him at the start of every turn.
And he basically can't stop himself from getting buffed.
okay.
Right.
It's not completely perfect. It has some weaknesses, but honestly, this is a free play here. I don't expect.
It's still really good,
Yeah.
but it does have a few notable things to watch out for.
All right. I think we're gonna see Morgans and Ether Raids too, by the way, because if you can just generate attack smoke or anything like that, we just talked about like 50 odd, 55, 56 defense. The res is gonna be around the same amount. Like, that's just incredible.
To say nothing again of how ridiculous his attack or speed gets. Like for his attack, just off his own tome, let's see, that'd be 10, 15, 8, 19. So he'd be pushing like 70, 75 attack easily.
Yep.
Let's not forget he's almost nullifying all of Dagger's bonuses too.
And he's too goddamn quick. How fast is he?
Let's see, that's 5, 10, 15, 19, so that'd be 59, 63, 66 speed with no
You-
buffs to the foe.
Okay, very, very fast, because at minimum it's 4, and then there's another 3 here, and if they're debuffed, then it really doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah.
Morgan is quick.
Alright,
Morgan is everything.
so obviously this is, wow, this might be the best refine, but we still have more to go. I'm going to check out other Morgans really quickly as well, chat, but this is an easy recommend. I know it's just stats, but like it's
Ooh,
just that's
he's-
such an absurd amount of stats. Like what more do you need?
I mean, it does
Actually,
also
a
have
decent
penalties.
candidate for a cav line counter too.
Yeah. Yeah. He'd be able to get... I don't know if he'd get in range, though, of the cavalry. But with sabotage, is like, if you use Miller with sabotage attack, he's just fine.
Alright, but moving on.
Absolutely.
Bleach.jpg. Okay, close foil again. I think close foil actually might be one of the best things. Even though your A
Follow
slot...
is a really good choice.
No, yeah, Nullflop's
I like-
also really good. Laws
I
are
like
really
how
good.
you made the spur-of-the-moment choice to commit to Male Morgan, given this is a +0, +7 Dragonflower Male Morgan.
Yeah, this is a very new one. I would say you can also consider something cheap like Urk's Speed Res solo and then another solo for Seal and then just run Attack Smoke. I think that's a really cheap build that would work really well. Because again, with all the stats are stacking up, getting hit is not such a bad idea because it just doesn't really hurt you.
Ugh. Disgusting.
Yeah. Rainbow, close counter, null follow-up, speed smoke, speed defense solo. Yep, same idea. Plus speed. I definitely think you should just go plus speed though. That's the safest thing to go for by far.
Speed control is going to be... It's actually funny to say Male Morgan is arguably the fastest red mage now.
Yeah.
Depending on how you look at it.
The thing is base speed isn't bad, and he still gets all 15 flowers, so despite coming, like, much after Tharja, And Tharja
So-
even having her tome help that out, essentially Varain. They
Like,
still
for
do pretty well.
reference,
Yep.
He has like 36 speed base with Dragonflower advantage over like Spring Severa. Severa hits 46 off her tome. Morgan is guaranteed to hit 40 base. If the foe has a -6 penalty, he also will hit 46.
Damn.
So, yeah.
The other thing Right. The other thing you can do is attack smoke and speed smoke on him. That would also be very good.
Or attack res, depending on what you want to kill them on.
Yeah, if you're worried about surviving and you want, or sorry, worried about damage generation.
Yeah.
Okay.
He can literally be built for anything.
All right. Aaron, Swiss Barrel, Dull Range, Speed Smoke, Attack Speed Soul. Honestly, just because of how Grima's Troop works, just because it auto-generates the debuffs on nearest foes within 4 spaces, I don't even think it matters what build you go for, because, yeah, sure, don't worry about your B slot anymore, because I think he hardly takes damage in general. He still takes damage, but he really minimizes it.
Yeah. No kidding.
Yep, same idea. Attack smoke, speed smoke, that's what I just said earlier. Glimmer! I think Glimmer is absolutely necessary, by the way, just because if you drop their res, right, Glimmer performs even better.
It's all penalties, by the way, so even though these are effective stats, you're gonna realistically want to focus on Glimmer and things like that, because you're not gonna actually have more stats to use yourself.
Yeah, that's true. Okay.
Glimmer is actually a really good choice for him, yeah.
Yep. Fury, Dull Range, Odd Speed, Wave, Renewal. I do think Fury is, like, perfectly fine on him, but I'm leaning towards solos, because I don't want to chip his HP, because he has a decent amount. He does. It's just... And having more defense, res, attack speed, all that's nice and all, but I don't want to chip his HP, because I feel like he might take less damage from the battle itself than Fury. That's why. Ooh, using him defensively. I mean, it absolutely works, because the reality is this. At start of turn, inflicts attack speed, res -5 on nearest foes. If you just run with a bunch of mages, him just surviving and him just being on the map is already, like, affecting the battle. So, understand that. Yeah, speed respawn, mirror stance, that could work. That could work. But yeah, I would. You know, if you get the debuff on the enemy hero within 4 spaces, you will have the speed to double back. Because you gotta remember, chat, he's dropping the speed of his opponent, increasing his own speed, and then increasing his speed even more through the penalties. Yeah, that's kind of silly. So, yeah, not really worried about that. Alright. That's a pleasant surprise. I didn't think it'd be that good.